We are the Braxtons, and you'll see we are not like an ordinary family. S5E12, Trina, Tamar, S5E12 will teach you a thing or two. Braxton family values.
Hey everybody, let's talk about the latest episode of the Braxton Family Values. Y'all, oh my goodness. We have to have a conversation about this episode because I'm going to get to it. But at the end of this episode, when Trina went in on Tamar, y'all, okay, but let's get a few of the minor things that happened in the episode out of the way. Let's go ahead and talk about the little things first, and then we'll get into the big thing. From last week's episode, it picked up where Trina and Gabe were on the beach, and we didn't know where this was going. But come to find out, the reason why he brought her there was to basically say that he was sorry for being such a horrible husband. And he admitted his wrongdoings, and he just told her that he was sorry. And Trina got really emotional, and I think it was something that was very cleansing for her. Just to hear him say, I'm sorry for being a horrible husband. Because she's been on this whole journey of trying to get closure on everything that happened in her, marriage. And so hearing him say these things really helped her. Another thing that happened in this episode was Tamar got invited by August Getty to sing at his birthday party. And August Getty is a fashion designer, and Tamar just didn't know that he was such a big fan. And once she got there, sorry for the lighting, y'all, but it's cloudy today. So when she got there, she was introduced to August and his mother, and come to find out that he and his mother actually bond over her music. So they were really nice people. They hugged her, and they just had a really good moment. And it was just nice to see Tamar being admired for her music. So Tawanda and Trina came to visit Tracy while she was in the studio recording her song. And I think the name of the song is called Broken Things. Broken Thing? Yeah, I think it's Broken Things. And one of them got surprised because Tracy asked them to actually go lay down some background vocals for her on the song. And they agreed to go ahead and do it. Trina was like, please, we've done it for our other sisters, so we might as well do it for you too. And I thought that was so nice. And it really meant a lot to Tracy that they did that for her. And actually, Tamar wasn't there because she had that birthday party to do. So, that was the reason why she wasn't there. And then later, Tony showed up. And y'all, she actually jumped in the booth and threw down some background vocals for Tracy. So it was a really special moment for her. And she really just appreciated her sisters, not fussing and fighting with her. And they just went in there and did it just because they're sisters. And, it was just a good sisterly love moment. Wonderful. I loved it. But as usual, some drama happened. So Tony was receiving the McDonald's 365 Black Award. I don't know. I'm sorry if I butchered the name. It's a Lifetime Achievement Award that they give. And she won it. And all the sisters went to support her in New Orleans. And even Miss Evelyn was there too. So, just like normal, they went out to eat afterwards. And so they're sitting there and they're having a good time and everybody's happy. And then this is what happened. So since they're in New Orleans, Tamar, started making the bird call. And, she was asking, where is he at? Referring to Baby, aka Birdman. Where is he at? We in New Orleans. Where he at? And then the next thing that she did was she made a little comment like, well, you are only, you the only single sister, it's only one of us that's single, blah, blah, blah. And Trina was like, I'm single too, And then here's when Tamar starts it, right? She goes, well, that ain't what I heard. Now, keep in mind, I'm just paraphrasing. I didn't write down the quotes. Okay, I'm just telling you kind of what happened. But Tamar starts saying, well, you're not single. That ain't what I heard. That's not word around town. And so Trina's just looking like, what are you talking about? And then Tamar says, you still dealing with Black Nasty. Now she's referring to the African American guy that she was dating after her divorce, and I forget his name. The one that was working on Bar Chicks. He was the contractor or something he was doing because he was fixing her building or whatever, Trina's building. And so she referred to him as Black Nasty. Now, I don't know. Y'all drop it in the comments below. Is there a reason why they call him Black Nasty, or is it because Trina normally dates outside of her race that they say he must be, whatever. That's why she was dating him. I don't know. Y'all tell me why. Where did that nickname come from? I can't remember. Or if it even had an origin. Maybe that's just something she called him. I don't know. But obviously, that hurt Trina's feelings that she was even, just talking about him like that. Like, come on. Trina just kept saying, I'm single. And, I don't know what you heard or whatever. I'm just making it clear. I am single. And that should have been really the end of it. And another thing that I didn't like, y'all, was, did y'all catch this? Tony was laughing. Tawanda was laughing, honey. She always gonna jump in on a joke. But Miss Evelyn was not laughing. And Tracy wasn't laughing. She was just sitting there like, oh, here we go. You know? And y'all know when Tamar get a few laughs, she gonna keep going. So she kept, talking out the side of her mouth, mumbling little stuff on the side like, oh yeah, girl, you single. She really ain't, girl. I'll tell you about it later. You know what I'm saying? She was just being like that. And y'all, Trina was getting mad. You could tell she had had enough of Tamar and her antics. And then she hauled off and said, well, Tamar, the real reason why you lost all that weight is because you've been climbing that mountain. Now, when she said that, I just kind of looked like, what she say? Now, listen, Trina is not she's not a mean girl. Now, she may say some sideways stuff sometime, but that's just not in her nature to be mean and nasty. So the fact that she said something mean about Vince, that just showed that she was very upset. Like, she had enough, and she didn't care about Tamar's feelings or nothing. Now, y'all let me know what you think, but I don't think that Trina was being really mean towards Vince. Like, I don't think that she has anything against Vince. I just think that she said that to hurt Tamar, because Tamar said something mean and hurtful to her. So once Trina said that, Tamar just kind of hushed, and she looked at her like, what you say? And she kind of did this thing like, all right, let's quit talking. We don't need to keep talking because, it don't went too far. And then I think I heard Tony say, well, you started it, talking to Tamar. You started it. So what? And it's like, she can dish out whatever she want to say. I think that's what Trina said. Like, Tamar thinks she can sit there and say anything she want to say about whomever, whatever, however. And then if somebody say something to her, now she's wrong. Now Trina is wrong for saying that. Which, listen, I don't condone either one. Now, Tamar shouldn't have been talking sideways, and Trina shouldn't have came out her mouth and said that either, because it's hurtful. You're talking about her husband. But at the same time, if Tamar was going to be disrespectful to her, then she was like, well, it's fair game then. If you're going to talk about me, I'm going to say something about you and yours. And she did. But once again, I really don't think that Trina dislikes Vince. She just said that to be mean and to cut her back, okay? She was like, oh, so you going to read me? Let me read you. So tell me what y'all think. Do y'all think Trina was wrong for saying that to Tamar? Maybe she shouldn't have used Vince's name. I don't know, but come on. I know. It was messy, and neither one of them should have said it, but I don't fault Trina for bucking back, because, hey, how much can somebody take? Trina's already on the edge. This whole season, it's just like she just been going through these changes, and Trina is tired of it. Like, y'all not gonna keep talking to her crazy. It's just like her sisters forget these talks that she has with them. She's trying to have some personal growth here. And she's trying to tell them, look, it's certain behavior that I'm no longer going to tolerate. And she ain't. So this would, like I said, it was so different from how Trina really be acting, that I knew that her feelings was hurt, and she is tired. She is screaming it from the rooftops. Things have to change. You cannot treat me the way that you've been treating me and think I'm just gonna keep sitting here. I'm not gonna do it. So I think she proved that in that episode. Y'all better quit playing with Trina. She's tired now. Leave her alone. Act better, grow up, be mature. If somebody you love asks you to treat them a certain way, consider it and actually try to do it. That's a sign of love. Do it. So y'all let me know what y'all thought about this episode. I was not expecting Trina to pop off like that, but I'm glad she did. I'm very glad that she did. Oh, and something else. Oh my goodness. Look, I just jumped right to the end, honey. I forgot to mention the fact that Trina actually sat down with her sisters and told them about the whole Gabe going to the beach instance. She sat down with Tawanda and Tracy together and told them about what happened. And they seemed, very understanding and just listened to her and let her vent and tell them what happened. And they were glad that she was able to get that closure. Even though, they feel the way that they feel about Gabe, they just kind of kept it under the wraps. They just listened. And then she sat down with Tamar and Tony and told them what happened. And of course, it kind of started off rocky, the way that I thought the whole conversation was going to go, but it didn't stay that way. Tony hit her usual, question. So y'all getting back together now? And I'm like, Tony, please stop asking this girl if she is getting back with Gabe. Please shut up. Stop asking her that. And Tamar was like, but for a while, like, why y'all still talking? And Tamar just expressed once again that she felt like there was no need for them to keep having all these conversations, and just let it go, and he needs to just hush and leave her alone, and she need to quit talking to him and just cut him completely out, blah blah blah. Whatever. That's how she felt. But at the end of the conversation, they kind of reeled it in and was like, well, okay, if this helps you to get closure and to move on, then okay. Because, Trina had to explain to them, no, I am not trying to get back with him. I just wanted some answers. And it was good that he admitted that he was wrong and that he was a horrible husband to me. I needed to hear that. And I appreciate him saying that to me. They couldn't do nothing but respect it. Like, come on. She's just telling you. And Trina, Tracy told you episodes ago, stop telling your sisters everything that goes on in your life, especially when it comes to Gabe. Stop telling them. You want people to stop making comments about your life, stop telling them about it. Straight up. Just stop. But anyway, y'all let me know what y'all thought about this episode. Do you agree with me on some of the points that I made or not? Just be respectful in the comments and just let me know what you think. Let's have a conversation, you guys. Okay, I will see y'all in the next video. Bye.
We are not like an ordinary family. Trina, Tamar, S5E12 teach you a thing or two. Braxton family.